and welcome to another episode of the Wikid Weekend Podcast. I'm your co-host for the evening, for the day, whatever it is for you at this time. I'm Michael, joined by my buddy Matt here.
How we doing, everybody?
And joining us as well, he stepped out for just a second, but we also have Scott, and he'll be back in just a second. And welcome, everyone. Welcome to this smaller episode. We're just probably just go for an hour, just a little hangout, nothing too formal. We just had our writing workshop on Wednesday. That worked out. That was pretty fun. What'd you think of that, man?
Yeah, it was pretty nice. I mean,
you kind of had to jump in and out here and there, just because of our.
I will say it was a little hard to get everybody to be able to be heard and everything like that. But beyond that, I mean, it seemed like it went really well.
Yeah, we had a lot of good people on, a lot of great feedback from the audience, and great questions. So that was cool. And so no, that was awesome, man. That was great. Hello, we got someone in the chat here. Welcome. How's it going? Let us know if you have any questions or any comments, so we can read those on the air. And as I mentioned, we're just hanging out here with our buddy Scott. He should be on in just a moment, and then we go from there. But yeah, it's kind of funny. It's a little different. We're not used to. I would say we're not used to doing just like a podcast with the two, kind of just us, really.
No, not really. I think we focus more on everybody else.
It's funny. It feels so empty without our creators here with us.
That is very true. But you know what? That's okay. That's all right.
We'll get through it. I don't know if I had a chance to talk about this, but now that I have the floor more so to speak than usual, maybe I can bring up. I did see FF9, the new Fast and Furious movie.
How did you like it?
It was so good, man. I was grinning the whole time, man. And it was over the top. It was ridiculous. At several points, I just had to turn my brain off, be like, okay, it doesn't make sense, but I don't care. I'm having fun, and it was so much better for it. There's literally one part I'm like, okay, I'm doing the logic in my head, like, okay, if this is how this works and this is happening, no, never mind, this just can't work. Let's forget it. I'll just keep watching.
You know what? I'm just screw the logic. I'm just gonna ride with it.
I'm thinking too much.
That's funny. I personally can't really do that in movies and shows a lot of times. Yeah, especially hilarious. When you have an established universe, with established rules. That's why I really appreciate it. Like a lot of people kind of, not trying to spoil anything, but a lot of people give the Naruto end a bunch of shit.
Oh, don't do it, man. Don't you do it.
To me, they did it great. They did it great. Everything fits for me. Everything makes sense. Well, I know you're still in the middle of watching it too, and for those who are watching it on the Toonami schedule as well, that would be difficult.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yes,
but
I do appreciate
for me, all I will say, you will like the ending. You will. Everything fits, in my opinion. Sure, you don't see it very often because it's bombastic. That it's a grand finale. That's why I like it. It's like, damn. Okay, this is the real level.
That's what I'm worried about. Like something like One Piece, because is One Piece really gonna have a satisfying ending if they just keep going and going and going?
That I don't know, and that's my fear for Berserk. Now that we know that Katara Miura is, I honestly don't want them to end it. I would love to finish the chapter
and say that's going to be the ending.
Probably could be, or just leave it as where it is published now. Because it seemed to have ended on a high note. A little bit of you could say a mediocre end, but yeah, considering the circumstance, of course. But when you bring in the contextual thing of what's happening within the story, it can be kind of a high note for it. There's instead of running and hiding and always fighting, there's peace.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how I look at it. They're in a place of peace. Yeah. So maybe that is the end for them. Who knows? Who knows?
We'll have to wait
Me
and see, man.
personally,
Could
I
be
wanted
to. Yeah, we'll have to see, man. It'll be really interesting to kind of see where they go with that in the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But anything you've been reading? What have you been up to? What have you been doing lately, man? Any books you've been reading? Any movies that you've seen recently?
Not movies. I actually kind of saw this new. It's old, but it's new to me. It's an anime called it's in, let me find it real
Goku
quick.
Basara?
No,
Not that one. While you're pulling, you kind of cut out there. I'm not sure what happened there, but while you're pulling that up, I'm gonna go ahead and give out the Wikid discount code here in the chat for the first time. We're gonna be repeating this a couple times throughout the episode, just in case people didn't catch it. Then I'll probably put it over here in the chat. But since, in fact, let me go and put publish on the website. People can go check it out right now, even. But we are releasing Wrath Chapter 2 to the public today, so you can actually go buy it within a few minutes. Oh, and then Matt just came back all of a sudden. Welcome back.
Oh, my
Matt.
bad. I was talking this whole time thinking that
you were
guys could
gone.
hear me. My bad.
You
So I
just
went
kind of
on.
ghosted.
My bad. I was looking up that anime that I was talking about, but I've seen Zengoku Basara back when I was
I was actually giving out the Wikid code right now.
Oh, okay. I'll shut the fuck up then.
So, as I was explaining, we are releasing Wrath Chapter 2 today in print. So this will be the first time that anybody in the public can get their hands on it. And so this is going to be really exciting. So we're going to be going out the Wikid discount code. And if you want to use this at the store, it's good for 10% off all store-wide. And so in honor of releasing the new chapter, our new code for the day is, of course, Wrath. So type that in on your checkout, and you'll be able to take advantage of that 10% discount there.
And we still have some first printings of one, right?
Yep. Those are up on the store as well.
Which technically is a variant cover now, since we did a trade dress.
Right, exactly. That's the variant now.
One of the variants.
The issue 1 variant, I should say.
There's 2 actually now.
Is there?
Yeah, there was the Indiegogo one, and then that first printing is now a variant because we're not going to repeat it.
I thought that's the variant, though. Am I missing one? Maybe because there's the Woods one on the bike. That's the one we have. That's the variant.
That's the first. That's a variant. Yeah, that's the only one that you can still buy.
What's the other cover?
The other cover is it's the one that has that kind of split between like a young Doug and then like the Rage Puppy. I haven't showed that one.
Oh,
but that was.
I thought it was Chapter 2 for some reason.
No, that was only for the Indiegogo. So.
Oh, okay.
I have a few extra copies that might find some homes later, but like it's not for sale. Like you could really only get it for sure through the Indiegogo.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, very nice, man. Very nice. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like how it's all kind of come together. With
and the way that you put it with making that more of the Indiegogo kind of, I wouldn't say adds to its collectability, but give something to those who backed you, like kind of more of a special gift.
Yeah, that was the idea. Is I wanted to give my backers something that is uniquely theirs. Like, hey, I backed this. I got this cover for it, kind of thing. That's always been what I wanted to do from the beginning. Repeated it with the second campaign, and I've already got the cover for 3. Just needs a few little tweaks, but that was Amelia Utreya this time. He's been wanting to do a cover since chapter 1. I'm like, I've got one in mind. You just got to give me a minute, and we'll get you there. So,
and finally, it's his chance to shine.
Yeah. And I think you guys have seen it.
I believe so, yes. I was just showing someone, one of my family members, just the other day. I was like, look, this is crazy, right? I was like, this is gonna get well, I was gonna say it's gonna get interesting. I don't want to give anything away,
I did leave it on another cliffhanger, so I'm trying not to do that with the third one as much. I mean, it's kind of hard not to, because you're in the middle of a story, so you're always going to leave at a point where
True. Yeah.
They want more. But I'm not gonna try and like leave things like what? I don't know where it's going. What's happening? It's gonna be a little bit more straightforward. So far, I just finished the draft yesterday, so I worked that out with Drew. So once she gives me some feedback, there might be more to it. I don't know where it's going to end, basically, at this point. But yeah, last time she coaxed a lot more out of me for chapter 2. In fact, that whole kind of scene at the very end where Doug and Nicole, Drew got me to stretch that out a lot more, and I think it really like sells the ending a lot better.
The ending of the second chapter? Or the third one?
Oh, she's asking both of hers will have the same cover.
Oh, you're looking at yeah, she's talking about for the store order. I believe that they would have this same cover there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it depends on which one you pick. If it's got the white background, then that's our trade dress.
I think it's just listed as one item right now on the store.
Oh, we actually have something listed like that?
Well, we have you mean the chapter 2 variant, or maybe I'm confused.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on which one you ordered. I don't think we have the new chapter 1s yet.
Up on the store?
Like the physicals, I don't think we have those up yet. I think we just have the first printing still, right?
I'm basically they're just up under the same item. So once we saw out of the first printings, I'm gonna switch out the image and then start giving out the new ones.
Oh yeah, then she might have a different one.
If she wants, maybe we can work something out special for her case. If she has a particular something in mind, I'll go on and message her and see what we can do there.
Well, if you have the choice, keep that one with the top-down view of Doug on the bike with the rage puppy following, because there aren't going to be any more though. So if that helps you choose.
I mean, that piece is really good too. That's a really good one, because I will say, like, I'm a sucker for like context within a title, especially a title page. I love seeing like not a panel or like something that is like really nice, but something that kind of gives you an idea of what's going to be going on, and looking at your for the first chapter, and even all the other for chapter 2, and even the variants that you came up with that are now your actual style for the titles, those actually like really show a lot of contextual information just by looking at it. And I really appreciate that. That is really nice.
And that's really Drew's influence. She really likes to do that too. So when it was her idea to do that trade dress. And basically she takes bits and pieces of the entire comic and then puts it into that negative space. And that's what we're doing with that trade dress. So that's how the standard covers are going to go from 1 to 6.
Okay, I like that idea. That's really nice.
Interesting. Yeah.
I honestly can't wait to see how 3 is going to be.
And then the variants are just me coming up with crazy random ideas. So I think she actually designed her own for the chapter 1 Indiegogo variant. I think that was all Drew. With Rosalind, who did the second one, I kind of gave her a sketch, like a jumping off point, and same with Emilio. And of course, they added their own touches to it, which is the cool part about working with artists.
Hmm. No, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
In fact, when when we were talking about what was it, when you guys had that writing thing, and Jeremy was talking about, giving instructions to artists, and like the more of a way of, you just kind of throw something at the artist and let them do that. I do that to some extent. I'm noticing now that there's certain times where I want a specific thing, and I'll write that into the script.
Yeah, totally.
As an artist, honestly, if you have something that you want specific inside of it, like I'll even say with something that me and Michael are doing with an artist that we worked on before, we added something and a character that I need that needs to have something specific. They even asked like, "Hey, which side of the eye is it on it?" Or like, "What side of the face?" And I was like, "It's specifically on this side." Like if you need something there, you need to tell them. It helps us as artists because then it's like we have more information of what you're seeing, so we can try to interpret that with our styles.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's that, but I mean, like sometimes I'll have a specific panel style or a certain thing done in a panel. That I want done. But most of the stuff that you see is just Emilio working his magic and just going off of what I'm giving him.
Yeah, sometimes I do that too. Like I'll put like,
Sorry
this is
about
like a
that.
2-page, or like a 2-panel page or a 1-panel page. So every now and then I'll throw in like some panel direction, but most of the time I don't put that in. I would say.
A key example of like what Emilio's does and why I really like working with him is that when the creature emerges, the rage puppy emerges in chapter 1, where you have that like panel progression, that was Emilio.
Okay.
Like I had like an idea, like I wanted to see it kind of like slowly come out. There were specifics on where it was, how it was, but like that whole little like progressive panel shot, that was his idea.
Man, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I love that when the artist just brings all that to the table, man.
Oh, and it definitely helped that Emilio it wasn't his first comic, and that really kind of gave my project that little missing factor that I think that we didn't have the first time we launched.
Yeah, that's fair, man. That is fair. Yeah, it seems like your team is stronger with all 3 of you together.
Yeah, definitely, and I got really lucky that Amelia wanted to work with me. There is that language barrier, but so far it hasn't been too much of a hindrance, and we're going to be working on 3 here soon.
Very nice, man. Well, yes.
So anything, real quick, a little curious, and I'm pretty sure some of the fans are. Is there anything you can tease right now for chapter 3 or issue 3?
I don't know. Like that's kind of tricky. That's like, what can I tell you that doesn't really give anything away? Basically, this next one is you're gonna see something different. There's gonna be another angle to this whole story that has not been explored before, and it's something that I've kind of teased that this was the issue that everyone has kind of been waiting for. So you're gonna get a lot of, we'll call it adversity, right in the face.
Okay. So it sounds like for those wanting things to kind of pick up the pace, so to speak, they're finally getting something like that.
Yes. How it's gonna happen, I'm kind of leaving that still in that cliffhanger. I kind of interested on how people think that's gonna go, and then we'll just have to wait until it comes out and see. Though I will say, as far as progression goes, I did say that I finished the draft yesterday, and the variant cover's done, and Drew's already done 1 concept, and she's got a couple more plus the standard cover, but that's all lined up for her. So that should all be done. And the goal this time, because I know we haven't always been super fast at delivering after the crowdfunding, is get it as close to done, if not done, before we launch this next campaign. So it'll basically be funded, money's received, proof, print, ship.
Very nice.
Yeah,
it'll be
sounds
good.
like you got a pretty solid plan you're working with.
Mm-hmm.
As far as
totally.
that, hey, what's up, Nicholas? As far as that, yeah, that's what we're trying to do. I still got some concepts and ideas that I haven't seen done before in a crowdfunder, so I'm kind of curious to try them out and see how they work. Again, I don't have the best track record with Kickstarter, but people seem to really like it, so I might be dabbling with that again. We'll see.
No, very nice. Well, I can say officially the Wrath Chapter 2 is now out on the website. Excuse me. So if you go to the website, you can now pick that up in print use our discount code WRATH at checkout and get your 10% off. And
and that's also been there in digital since last weekend, I believe.
Exactly.
And if you're new to Wrath, or been curious and want to read it, you can find the first chapter cover free on Comixology. Or sorry, not Comixology, Global Comics.
Yes. Not Comixology.
Yeah, we still got to add the digital to that eventually.
True.
But they're not a priority.
Right, exactly, Ken. Yeah, exactly. So we have some updates on our side as well. We have the new proofs for the Wikid store in right now, and some really cool, exciting things we have planned for them as well. Some
so can we actually get a
moves
list?
We're going to be using.
Can we actually get a list of what's on there? Because I know you did that little banner, but you said some of them you couldn't fit them all in that image.
I think the only one that were not on there was Endemic number 2 and Wrath number 2.
Okay.
Were the only ones that couldn't fit there.
Because I know
maybe Decimators Volume 1.
People were asking for Jack Irons, and I believe that's in that order.
Yeah, Jack 1 and 2's there. Yeah. It'll be basically everything. We'll have everything back in stock that once this comes in. There'll be no more items that are out of stock at that point. That
was a beast for you guys to ship out.
Yeah, that's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
Wrath Chapter 2 was like 2 weeks. You're like, I'm done. I'm like, oh, nice. And then he's been like a month, and you've been just jamming them out like every week, 2 months, and then you just got to the initial. There was a lot. I don't think people realized how many books there were in that one.
Yeah, dude. And we were doing Charger at the same time as well.
Yep, Charger. Yep. You guys got the work done.
Exactly, man. No one can say we didn't get the books out past this time around. So that was definitely nice to have that change of pace from last year. I think it was last year or the year before, maybe. But I think a big part of that is our new printer. It really helps.
We had some issues with them, but I have to admit they were very accommodating and listened to us and did the best they could until they got it right.
Exactly. They went above beyond.
Yeah, and they were hustling to fix it instead of the old printer was like, oh, that's not right. Let me get back to you.
The 2 weeks later, yeah, let me get on that. Yeah, that guy, bless him, but he was just not on top. He was trying to do way too much for one person running a one-man show.
Yeah.
It was too much. It's a lot better now.
It's kind of weird because you kind of have to overload yourself before you can afford to bring someone in to help.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, very fine.
And it is a little weird that way.
Yeah, really. But shit, I gotta plug my laptop in. But, what are you guys up to this weekend? Any plans for the 4th of July weekend?
I've been off this whole week, so it's just kind of
hey,
that sounds nice.
Yeah.
go back to work.
For
on
me, I'm
Tuesday.
going to be having Monday off, so I got 2 days off in a row again. So
Oh, you have to
I'm
do
just
work
glad
today.
about
That
that.
kind of sucks. But at least you get the 2 days off, like you're saying.
Dude, I work Saturdays. What 4 hours? It's fine.
It's not too bad.
No, I'll suffer being tired for like 4 hours worth of work and have the next 2 days off. I'm cool with that 3-day weekend. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I'm probably gonna. Oh, let's see. What will I do? I don't know. Maybe watch a movie or something. I think I'm gonna watch the Tomorrow War tonight. Not tomorrow. I was gonna watch it tomorrow, but I decided to watch it today instead.
What is that about? I've seen a few things, not like things
aliens?
about it, but I've seen trailers.
Yeah, I've seen the trailers. I think it's like aliens or creatures and like futuristic sci-fi. That's all I know. Oh, and Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I've seen that everywhere. Whenever there's an image.
It's a new Amazon movie that just came out. Amazon original streaming movie. My buddy says it's really good. He said Chris Pratt's very fun and the creatures look amazing.
I haven't been watching much TV.
No movies even?
Not really. I was watching Ragnarok on Netflix, and I haven't finished that. Like, to be honest, I've been dealing with this Darkest Dungeon addiction.
Darkest Dungeon?
I'm going through the same thing, but with Romance of the Three Kingdoms stuff. I'm assuming... isn't it a PC? Go on.
It's on Xbox, but it was a PC game. It was an indie Kickstarter game. It's the premise is your family estate has basically fallen under some very evil stuff because of the person that was living there. He basically was digging underneath there and dug up something he shouldn't have, kind of thing. And he basically sends you a letter to come home and fix it before taking his own life. So then you kind of roll into this like decrepit, like dark, twisted hamlet, and you have all these adventurers that are coming in, and you have to kind of like build them up and explore the ruins underneath your estate to try and root out the evil.
Interesting.
But it can be pretty brutal. It even tells you at the beginning of the game, it's like your heroes are going to die. So
I like the art style. It looks nice.
Yeah, the art style is really sells it. The storytelling really sells it. And it's just one of those games that like when you're doing well, you're just like, yes. And then all of a sudden, like you've got like this character you've been building up and things go bad and he's gone. You're just like, damn it.
Yep. Yeah, isn't it kind of like roguelike and I honestly want to think Diablo style too, like a mix between those two.
It's really weird
more
because
like Cuphead, isn't it?
It's a side scroller turn-based is the best way to describe it.
Yeah, that's
so
what it looks like
you have like a top-down map that you use that like shows the hallways and the rooms, and you can like in the hallways you can find treasures or traps or random encounters, and then the rooms can have special items, bosses, fights, and so you kind of navigate the top-down map, but everything that's in the actual like game screen is side scroll, and then when you get in a fight, you know, you kind of have your line, you know, like 1, 2, like in a row on both sides, and you have different character types that all have different moves and best position in the line for what moves they have. It, you know, then there's this whole strategy to it. Plus, you have to like every time you send out a group to go into a dungeon, you have to like stock up on different supplies based on like you always need food, you always need torches, because light is a big
speaking
issue.
Of torches, guess what I've been playing, man?
What have you been playing?
Valheim. Have you gotten into that yet?
Nuh-uh.
Really? You might like it, man.
Which one's that one?
It's like it's like a Viking crafting game.
Oh, it's that Viking Survivor game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like Conan Exiles only with Vikings.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty cool. I like it, man. You might check it out if you have some free time.
If I haven't been playing that, I've been doing the Pirate's Life on Sea of Thieves. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yeah, I saw about that. Yeah. That's the new Pirates of the Caribbean crossover, right?
Yeah, and then I've also been playing the D&D Dark Alliance game a bit.
Okay, what do you think of that? Me and my buddy were gonna get it, but we weren't sure because we heard mixed things.
It's one of those things. Like one of the there's a balancing issue. I think. Like if you try and go in and you're not geared enough, like you'll get one-shotted.
Oh, shit.
But there's also this complaint with like the AI that it goes kind of docile sometimes.
Huh. That's
like
odd.
If whoever like goes in first, they'll get all the aggro and then like randomly attack the group. But as soon as that person goes down, sometimes they just kind of like meander off, and you're just like.
That's weird, dude.
So then it becomes like free kills in a sense.
Well, until you hit them, and then they kind of come at you.
Then they go back.
It's like a weird AI
okay,
issue.
We're fighting you, man. Where are you going?
Yeah. But they're talking about that can probably be patched.
Okay.
But yeah, the characters are interesting. The combat's interesting. There's just a few little things.
Okay, so
I'm actually surprised you don't have Game Pass.
Yeah, I've been meaning to pick it up. I don't know. Well, maybe I should just bite the bullet and get it, man.
Because that's on Game Pass. It was on their
really?
Launch day.
That's crazy. Yeah, they do put a lot of good stuff on launch these days with Game Pass.
Yeah, and then you can play
Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite's gonna be on Game Pass when it comes out, I think.
Yep. Anything that's Microsoft Studios, like if it says Microsoft Studios, it's a day one.
Yeah, it'll be as soon
now.
as it's there.
That means that any new Fallout, any new Elder Scrolls.
Yes.
Yep.
Shit, man, that's crazy. That's actually one of the games I'm most looking forward to. Is their new space game, Starfield, I think it's called.
Yep, that'll be on there.
Yeah, it's gonna be so cool, dude. I'm so excited for it, man. It's like I've been waiting for a game like that because I don't know. The premise sounds so interesting. Like just be able to like travel.
What is the premise?
It's, if I understand, essentially it's like an Elder Scrolls game but in space. So imagine being able to travel from planet to planet, get in a ship, jump off, go travel somewhere else, and have it all be seamless. I don't know if that's what they're promising, but that's what I'm chasing, man.
The weird thing is
I'd be very hesitant by what they mean by seamless, man.
I know.
I mean, No Man's Sky is basically seamless, where it seems like their only loading screen is you going to the space anomaly and possibly you warping places. That's what seems like a loading screen, but it's basically seamless to me.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean that's a game that promised all that from the beginning.
Right.
There's still things in there that they need to incorporate that they promised in the beginning. But I mean, fuck, that game is fun as hell, dude. That game is hella fun, and they just even had a crossover event with I think Mass Effect Andromeda, where you can actually get the Normandy.
Oh, nice.
As one of your freights, and I got it, and I was like, oh, it's a freight? I thought it was an actual ship. Damn it. All right, that's fine. I'll have an S class.
I think even Elite Dangerous, which has been out for a while, is trying to incorporate like PlanetSide as well. So yeah, there's a lot of games out there that are already trying to do that. So we'll see how that one turns out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I have high hopes just because of Bethesda having such a good pedigree of games, you know. So
yeah, it's just, the last Fallout stuff is still to this day
76 sucks. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
but it has gotten better from what I've heard.
But it's still a little bit buggy, and it's just kind of like, is this ever gonna get fixed?
Probably not at this point.
But yeah, that's on Game Pass too if you wanted to try 76.
Huh. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
In fact, Darkest Dungeon. You want to play Darkest Dungeon?
Everything, man.
I mean, to be honest, the only MMO I've been really interested in playing or trying out that's new to me is Final Fantasy XIV. I keep looking at it year after year after year and going, man, I should try that. Because all the stuff looks so fun, and it looks like a true Final Fantasy game.
The biggest drawback to that is it is dialogue and cutscene heavy, and like the emphasis on that may not even be enough. Like, I spend a lot of time hitting the escape key.
I mean, is it like simple dialogue or is it actual engaging dialogue? Like, to me, World of Warcraft, the reason why I couldn't play World of Warcraft is because all the shit for me was just, okay, go to this person, beat this person. Okay, grab this, grab that. Okay, I've seen it many times before this game. I'm done.
It embellishes a lot. Like, things that could have been, like a 5-minute conversation turned to be like 20 minutes.
Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I've played a few like that.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, like, and then the one thing that was really irritating when you first start out is like, it's got you running errands around whatever major city you start off with for like the first 45 minutes you're playing. So then, like, it takes a while till you actually like get to the fun part. But it is fun. It's something that I play with Brian and Dan now every once in a while. So I've been jumping back into that this week since I've had time. But here's one cool thing. Here's one cool thing I can say about it. Besides, like all that stuff that you were talking about, that is in there. You don't need to make multiple characters. Like,
that's the one thing that interests me the most is that you could switch your character class, and I'm like, oh my god, it's the closest to a tactics game that I'll probably ever get. That's fun.
Yeah, basically what you do is I think you have to get your first character to a certain level, but then you can literally just go to any of the class guilds. Some of them have level requirements too, like you have to be level 50 or whatever. But you can just go to one of the guilds and be like, hey, I want to be a rogue. And they're like, okay, here's your weapons. And basically that's how you switch jobs, is you switch your weapon to that class's weapon, and then boom, you're in that class.
Oh, that's funny. The only other game that I've ever played that had a similar system like that, to where you could actually change your job like free as much as you want, was on it's kind of like an open source website called Beyond, and it's this original game that somebody made that's a tactics game too, with role-playing aspects, is called Shirogane Legends. And you could choose between, like, I think 10 different classes, and each one of those has like 1 or 2 different subclasses, sometimes 3, and you can switch between all of them. And you can have one main class and a subclass. And as long as you have everything unlocked for it, the better classes of the ones that you chose for the basic ones, you can just switch to whatever you want and still use those weapons, depending on what skills you have activated. And like some of the most interesting builds have come from that. Like one thing I've always wanted to do in Final Fantasy is be a summoner, but still be like a tank class, And in that game, I could basically do that.
Yeah, you can. In fact, you can actually, the summoner class. So what happens, a lot of the starting ones, you'll get an alternate version at level 30. So like you start off as an archivist, and then once you hit 30, you can then go summoner. But you can also do a healing class as scholar. And the funny thing is everything that's tied to archivist, including archivist itself, all level together. They all level together. So if I decide that I like if I want to do a whole bunch of runs on like instances and stuff, I can switch to my scholar class, and then I'm leveling up my summoner. And then I want to go run around and kill stuff out in the open world, switch to summoner, I'm leveling up my scholar.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, there's some cool little tricks and things that make the system interesting.
Okay. Definitely looking at it even more now.
I mean, there is like, I think, a free trial up to level 60.
I think so. The only thing is that like I've always heard mixed like things about it, where it's only a Realm Reborn and none of the expansions, and it's like, ooh, so I couldn't try out Dark Knight or anything.
Well, you can't get those until you hit level 50 anyway.
Oh shit. Okay. Damn it.
Yeah, so
I
like
couldn't
I
even
started
try Samurai if I wanted.
Yeah, so that's what I did. Is I leveled up as a Marauder till 50, which was a tank class, which I didn't know until I was playing. So I ended up tanking. And then when I hit 50, I switched to Samurai.
Okay. Well, shit. All right. Well, thank you for the info. I'll definitely look more into it.
Yeah, so if you want to try it, definitely try out the free preview. And then if you like it, then you can go all in, and then you can unlock the Samurai and the Dark Knight and all that other cool stuff.
Okay, interesting.
And then if you want to jump on the same server with like Brian and all them, let me know and I'll get you that info.
Oh,
and that's
nice.
Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Which they keep talking about bringing to Xbox, but they still haven't done it.
I don't think they will. I think Sony wants to have a stranglehold on it. Because it is on PlayStation, and I hear it is cross-platform, which is another reason why I'm like, I know my computer wouldn't be able to take it, but I think my PlayStation could.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting, but they've sworn up and down that it's coming to Xbox, but they just haven't announced anything for a while, and so who knows.
At this point, don't hold your breath on it.
Yeah, I mean, they were supposed to have the Final Fantasy VII Remake out on PC and Xbox this year, and I haven't seen it.
Wait, it's still not on Xbox?
Well, it hasn't come out for PS5 yet. Or, yeah.
No, it did with Intergrade.
Intergrade? No, Intergrade's
yeah,
not out
Intergrade
yet.
Is the one that allows for PS5.
I know, but it's not out yet, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's out.
Thought it wasn't
Yeah,
out.
I think it just came out.
Let's see.
It came out in June.
Or it's like
April 10th?
Or it's like, I know it's coming out soon if it isn't out yet.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but let me double check. Really,
I'm just a little pissed off that they don't make it free for those who have the original remake.
You're right. It came out last month. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Interesting.
Because I debated buying it, and I was like, you know what? I've already played the fucking game. I'll wait the next 3-4 chapters for me to actually debate buying it, so I can actually.
So it's going to come out for
get
the
that
Xbox
story
in 6 months now. So probably later this year. That's what they said. PC and Xbox get it 6 months after the release.
Yeah.
Right. We'll see.
Yeah. That's just so dumb. I'm telling you, it's because Sony knows that they messed up with some of their other studios. So they're holding on to the ones that have been loyal to them for a while.
Yeah, really.
you know why that is, right? Crossplay.
Yeah. Yeah, like Sony refuses crossplay.
No, that's not necessarily true.
That was Call of Duty.
What it came down to and what it basically got revealed is they will allow crossplay if you pay them.
Mm-hmm.
They have some sort of formula for lost revenue, which means your friends are not buying the PlayStation to play with you. Mm-hmm. So that's lost revenue to them, so they want to be compensated for crossplay.
You know what's so funny about that? They've been doing that kind of stuff for so long. Like, for example, when the Xbox One came out, I think they had to pay Sony extra money so that they wouldn't have to put their Sony Blu-ray logo on the console somewhere or something like that. Because all Blu-ray players have a Sony because Sony make Blu-ray.
Because
So
Sony owns the trademark for Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's been this. That's why there is this huge push for HD to become better, and now we have the 4K, which was not created by Sony, so they can't have that stranglehold on it. That's why most. That's why for a long time you would see mainly audio things being Sony, because Sony had a stranglehold on that market for a long time. And then they started branching out elsewhere. That's why you'll see, who is it? I think it's either Ben Stiller or Adam Sandler. One of those two. A lot of their movies have tons of Sony products all over the place because they use them as sponsors. Yeah,
that's hilarious. No shame.
I was like, holy shit, man! That's a lot of product placement.
Dude, that
all the computers, Sony.
Do you guys
all
remember
the
that?
Sony.
Do you remember that game, Alan Wake? Do you guys remember that one at all?
Yeah.
I think so.
You had really bad product placement for Verizon, where even during the game, there's one part where a TV comes on and a Verizon commercial starts playing on it. It's like, oh my god, this is so blatant.
Nice. We should talk more about comics.
Yeah, well, we've been.
I mean,
this is the Wikid Weekend podcast.
Oh, okay.
Comics.
It's not necessarily comic related, but I'll see if I can switch over my camera real quick so I can show something that I've been working on.
Nice.
Let's see. I don't think I've ever used the camera function on this. So.
What are you trying to show us? Oh, there we go.
We're looking at the desk, I think. There we go.
For right now.
Oh, nice, dude.
That looks cool.
Is that a new logo or something you're working on?
Merch, whatever we want. Images.
Like shirt or something,
Shirt, coffee mug, whatever.
A black background, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sick, dude.
Or even just take the background off.
Yeah, and that way you can put on whatever background you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it.
I just use a blank background that's a color to help with visualizing and actually seeing proper coloring for certain ones, because when you're doing textures and other stuff like that and it's see-through, sometimes it really messes with your eyes when it's that see-through and it's transparency and you're trying to blend the colors. You're like, what? Wait, this doesn't make sense to my brain.
I think that's why most artists wait till they're done and then they switch it to that transparent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually a trick I learned while doing digital art, and then I learned that actual real artists do that too, and I was like, wait, painters do that?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, no wonder their paint costs so much.
Well, speaking of comics, I have been reading American Vampire. The final 10 issues have been coming out. There's only one more to go.
I haven't heard of that one.
It's great. It's by Scott Snyder. You may have heard of him. He's done some Batman stuff.
Yep. He did Last Night on Earth.
Yeah, he does this with Image. It's his own creator-owned comic, and it's really good. He did the first volume. He wrote it with Stephen King. And then it's just been it goes all throughout history. So you get the Old West, you get, the 30s, and in old Hollywood, you get 60s, and it's this incredible homage to history and vampire stuff, and it's a great series.
I can see why you like it. You like all that history stuff.
Oh yeah.
Hey, history is the shit, man.
It is.
History is so good.
I'm the history guy. I'm kind of like the history guy in the group,
Yeah, that's. I'm just saying.
That's me and you both, my friend. Me and you both.
Yeah, true. I mean, that's why we start Project.
I like it too, but that's just Michael's jam.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I do have history sections in the back of most of my comics, so.
I could see it. I could really see it. I mean, most of my influences do come from a lot of mythologies and certain things that I've learned through history. Like there's some of the things I want to incorporate from Romance of the Three Kingdoms actually into some of my work for the Keepers. And I've been trying to figure out how to do it, but every time I like think about it and I kind of write it down, I'm like, no, that just seems really corny. I'm not going to do that. No, I'll figure out a way later, maybe later on in the story, or just revamp it in a new way.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I had a crazy idea today. Just we're remodeling and like redoing this color scheme in our house, and I was like, it's kind of like reverse Wrath, where it's like everything's like light blue with like accents of black, and I'm like, what if I did a comic like that, where like everything's blue, and then I just do like splashes of black?
Oh wow, dude, that'd be a trippy, dude. That'd be like
pretty weird.
Yeah, but the how you sell that is you make it an underwater adventure.
Maybe you do a one shot Wrath underwater adventure, underwater adventure.
I could see it, or maybe even being on a different planet where like because of the I can't speak right now, I guess. Because of the atmosphere and the elements in the atmosphere combined with the light of the sun that's on that planet that could be causing that.
Oh yeah, I can just imagine now trying to like pitch that to an artist. Okay, you've heard of Grayscale, right? I want to do blue scale.
I love it, dude. Oh my god, that's awesome. Yeah, no, that would
blue scale with splashes of black.
Yes,
splashes of black.
The black is our.
Oh, now that's interesting. Mr. Shilama said in the chat says, or Mr. Shilama says, is it Spirit Realm?
That would be.
Actually, a lot of places do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right,
I think Avatar did that a lot of times, and
that could be interesting.
There's a few other things that I've seen do that.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I like that idea because it could be you could keep it in the Wrath. If you ever did decide to do something like that, you could kind of have it be the reverse. That'd be pretty interesting. Damn, not a bad idea right there.
Hey, maybe we can actually do that with Project R. Use that.
Everyone.
We have Project R is completely black and white though.
And everyone just like takes it and runs with it. This is awesome.
But we can't do that with Project R because we're strictly black and white with Project R.
That is true. That is true. But maybe the Keepers. Maybe the Keepers. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'm choosing actual regular.
I'm not familiar with Goku.
Not sure. Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure what that's referring to either. There, maybe you could clarify what you mean for your question there, Llama. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know if that's like
probably meant Goku.
No, it's not Goku. It's probably some sort of mythological place or from another series that I'm just not familiar with.
Or are you sure they're not saying like, does he go to a place like Goku goes to heaven or goes to like the Kai place?
That's not really it is a spirit world, but
it is a spirit world, but they depict it more as like regular, you know,
like just clouds and stuff.
Well, there's a place in place in India called Gokul.
That might be it.
Maybe.
I will say that you've given me some ideas, so we'll play with that.
Krishna
said there we go. I've been able to give a creator an idea. There we go. Listen to the fans already.
Look at that, man.
Oh, okay, yeah, Snake. She is talking about Goku.
I told you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're over here like
you're right there.
Goku place. I had us off on a whole nother direction.
Well, I figured Goku's more prominent because, I mean, even if you want to go with the mythological story of Son Goku or, damn it, I don't know his actual, like, Chinese name. But yeah, he goes to, like, the spirit realm and hangs out with the gods, but they kick him out for eating all of the immortal peaches. It's weird, but yeah, that's actually what's written down. He eats all of their peaches that give him immortality, and they kick him out.
All the peaches. So he just can't die like as many peaches as he ate?
To me, honestly, I think it's just more if he ate so many, he will never die no matter who tries to fight him. I think he will outlive the universe.
Wow. Apocalypse. That's just another immortal peach for me.
Speaking of apocalypses, anybody?
It's fine. It's fine.
Anybody watching Loki?
That's actually,
I have not watched it yet, but me and Alicia are going to. We're going to try it out.
It's good, man. Yeah, Scott, I was totally thinking that when you brought that up too. I was like, this reminds me of Loki right now. It's good, man. It's good. It's probably my favorite of the Disney Plus shows so far.
Okay.
It's got Owen Wilson in it, so.
Wait, Owen Wilson?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and he's actually like pretty good. Like,
yeah,
I really like his
funny
character.
Dude. Oh my god!
Wow,
when you popped up, I couldn't hardly believe what I was seeing, man.
It's gonna sound stupid, but I haven't really liked an Owen Wilson movie since probably Shanghai Nights.
What about you don't like Night at the Museum?
I didn't really see all of them. I only saw like
The first one,
last one.
Oh, the last one.
The third movie, and I was like, it's okay. I don't even think he was in that one.
He was in it a little bit, I think. It's been a while since I've seen those movies, but those are.
Yeah,
doesn't
he play like the little cowboy or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And there's like a little Roman guy he hangs around with.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not like the best ever movie, but it's pretty funny. It's not too bad, you know.
Yeah,
it's a good family movie.
His brother's got some solid good ones.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, he does.
What's that? Old School.
He was in an episode of X-Files that was really funny.
Oh, yeah, he was in Old School. That's right.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, Will Ferrell kind of stole the movie from everybody, but
you're talking about Luke, right?
Yeah, Luke Wilson.
Yeah, Luke Wilson.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, that was a good movie with him. Same thing with Idiocracy. A lot of people give that movie shit, but I really like his character in it. It's like, you know, I'd probably be acting the same way as him. Like, what the fuck happened to the world, dude?
I've never seen Idiocracy. If you can believe it.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a movie you do have to watch.
Really?
Just like anybody who's never seen Office Space, you have to watch that movie.
I did see Office Space finally after it was several years back, but yeah.
Just because you have like that paralegal background, you just have to see like the court system.
You would watch it and be like, okay, I have to turn my brain off immediately.
Well, hey, with a name like Idiocracy, I guess they expected it.
Oh, man. Shit. I really, like, with my employee, me and her were talking, and I was like, have you seen any of those movies? And she's like, no. And I was like, damn, that probably says my age more than anything right there. Fuck.
Right? Yeah, really.
She's like, who made them? I'm like, Mike Judge, the creator of Beavis and Butthead. And she's like, what? And I'm like, that's right. That's right. You were born in 2003. You're only 20 years old. That's right.
It's like the other day I was listening to a podcast and the person was saying how he felt old because one of the new people at the company was saying like something like he was like, oh yeah, this David Letterman thing. She's like, who? And he's like, you know, the talk show host. No, I don't know. I don't know. Like, oh damn, I'm old.
Yeah, that says age right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw a Twitter post a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, oh I'm old. It was basically like kids in high school now view the 90s how we viewed the 60s in high school. Like, oh gosh.
My God, that's depressing.
I mean, yeah, kind of. To me, I kind of treated more of like the 1920s as being like, holy fuck, that's old. Yeah, man, that's fucking hell old, dude. I mean, that's now 100
Shit,
years ago.
I'm kind of with Scott though, because I remember growing up watching like that '70s show and thinking, "Damn, dude, life used to be like that. That's crazy, man."
That's the difference between, I guess, me and a lot of other people is that I didn't. To me, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." That was like what 30 years ago. Damn, technology's come really far since then. But then thinking like 1920s, 1890s, like before cars were like really a thing, and it's like, wait, my brain can barely process that. What they used before that, wagons, horses.
Well, that is pretty trippy, man.
How the fuck did we get around?
Imagine having to like go out to a well and bring your own water into the house.
Yikes! Churn your own
yeah,
butter.
see, my brain can barely process that. You know,
my grandmother had to do that kind of stuff. She lived on a farm out in Oklahoma.
I heard stories of my grandma doing that shit. 1920. She was born 1920 and everything. You know, back with the Great Depression and all that. You know.
Oh
and,
yeah.
And like just even reading stories of that from like back in the 1800s.
Wild,
you know, like Tom Sawyer Adventures.
That's why I love
that
history,
kind of
man.
And you're like.
That's why I freaking love history, dude.
Jesus, man. That's why I sit here and make a joke every single time when I'm talking about history. A kid from the medieval times could probably kick the shit out of me. Like a 10-year-old from that time could probably kick the shit out of me because that kid's probably at least been in one war.
Also, he's been like struggling to survive. Well, I mean,
the only thing I would say is because he may be malnourished.
Give him a week of like our month of our food, and then
really.
That's what I'm saying. Give him time in our time, and yeah, he'll be able to kick the shit out of me. But throw him in here a day or two. No, I'd be able to beat the fuck out of him probably. He's probably so malnourished, and I could just probably lay on him. I'm so big, you know.
Yeah,
but I mean, give him the month of what we do for food and everything. Yeah, no, that kid's probably a lot more different than any kid of our time. You know,
it's funny. It's like this. It's this question they ask all the time on the Rooster Teeth podcast, which is, try explaining that to a caveman, or how are you going to explain that to a caveman? Kind of an idea.
I just remembered that episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force when they had that supercomputer that went back in time and the caveman found it. Do you guys remember that?
No, I haven't. I don't think.
Oh yeah. Me think it was egg for a long time.
What?
Yeah, he said that.
The computer or the caveman?
The caveman.
The caveman. He thought the computer was an egg for like because it like changed his DNA or something like that, and it made him like not age. So he spent like years trying to crack it open, and then finally he just started getting smart from it.
Yeah, but he's not quite old there, you know, like he still has some caveman tendencies, like someone like lights a lighter in front of him and he's like, oh, fire, you know.
That was pretty good. Hey, Rick and Morty's back. Is anyone watching Rick and Morty?
No.
I actually watched the first episode, I think, or some of the first episode of the newest season today.
Oh, today, really? Oh, it's on the first.
Yeah, with my neighbor, because we were talking about it, and then he put it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's the first episode's up for free. They put it on their YouTube.
Yeah, that last season was really dark.
Yeah,
I was rewatching some of it, and I'm like, damn, like what he does to his daughter, man.
Oof. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Couldn't decide, so he just like roulettes it.
Yeah, it's or like the stuff with do you remember the one with where the spaceship where Summer's trapped locked in the car and it's like murdering everyone?
Oh, that one's from like a couple seasons ago, but that one.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
I all blur together to be honest with you.
Keep Summer safe.
And
then like she like at the end, like she ends up brokering like peace between the humans and the spiders, and then like Rick's mad because like that place had like the best ice cream, but now because of the treaty, like all the ice cream has flies in it.
You ruined ice cream, Trevor.
This had the best ice cream in the galaxy, and you ruined it.
Oh man, that's a great show, dude. Yeah, it's been back for about 3 episodes now, 2 or 3 episodes.
I think so. Yeah, 2 or 3. I think they're doing the 4th one this week.
I think so. Yeah, on Sunday. That'll be fun.
I'm still waiting for my new Clone High.
Clone High?
For your new what?
Clone High. Yeah, they what was it? They released a thing about
Clone Wars.
They're doing no, it's Clone High, but they're doing like
High?
Yeah. It came out with a bunch of other stuff, and a lot of people who don't know what Clone High are just like, oh, I don't know what that is. Clone High is back in the 80s. A whole bunch of like this secret shadowy organization dug up a bunch of famous people and made clones of them, and raised them all in this like community, and they're all in high school together. So you have
I know
Lincoln,
what you're talking about.
What?
Abe Lincoln's like the kind of like geeky loser that wants to be popular and date the popular girl Cleopatra, and he's best friends with Joan of Arc, who has a crush on him, and a hyperactive tiny Gandhi.
And there's also a jock version of a jock
JFK.
dumbass version of JFK. I like a words funny man.
What is the robot?
Yeah, he sounds and there's the robot, which is so the principal is basically this corrupt guy that's working for the Shadow Agency, but he's also trying to screw them over any chance he gets. But he has this robot companion that's named Mr. Butlertron. And he calls everybody Wesley, and he has this red cardigan. Because he's Mr. Butlertron, and he's basically this like robotic version of Mr. Belvedere. Is the joke?
Hilarious, dude.
So yeah, JFK's got some great lines in there, and he basically sounds like Mayor Quimby from The Simpsons.
Dude, what a weird show! Is it like coming back or something?
They're making new episodes because when they ended the show, they ended it in such a way that it could just be picked back up whenever.
That's hilarious.
So when they announced it, I was like, finally, because this was like, it's been like 15 years maybe.
Damn. Yeah,
it was like early 2000s when it was out.
Yeah.
Almost 20 years now.
And then like Andy Dick voices a bunch of characters on there, but I mean they had like some great premises, like JFK's throwing a party, and so Gandhi and Abe want to go so that he can hook up with Cleopatra. So then he says he'll bring the beer, and they're like, "You're in." So then he can't get the beer, so he gets non-alcoholic but doesn't tell anyone. So everyone acts drunk. So yeah, it's like a cliche, but they put their own spin on it.
Well, I guess do you think they have the original episodes on HBO Max yet?
I don't know, but they were all on YouTube. Like you can actually go on YouTube and watch the entire series.
Cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. It looks funny.
But yeah,
Will Forte was Abraham Lincoln.
But what is it? There's one where like they have a track meet and like JFK wins, and he's like, and I didn't even scuff my loafers, because he's running in loafers for some reason.
That's funny.
Just like stupid stuff like that. There was one line that I missed in one of them I've forgotten about, is they have to make independent films, and so like JFK is using the casting couch to like hook up with different girls in the school, and so people like trying to edit their films, and he's like, "Can you keep it down? Well, I'm trying to make it with Catherine the Great, or should I say Catherine the So-So?" Stupid stuff like that.
That sounds pretty fun, dude. I love that premise. That's great.
And there's a whole episode when Gandhi finds out he has ADD.
Well, that'll be interesting. Yeah, it says HBO Max picked it up for a reboot, so yeah.
Yep.
That'll be interesting.
I think they signed up for like 2 seasons, so I was
Nice.
like, yeah.
That'll be fun.
So yeah, Hidden Gem. If you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. Go watch it. You will laugh. It is teen angsty though. What was really cool too is that it had like this indie punk soundtrack to it because that was like really popular at the time.
You know any of the people who were on it?
Oh yeah, I mean like they had like Alkaline Trio tracks.
Nice.
Like I think Dashboard Confessional.
Nice.
Saves the Day maybe, like a whole bunch. I can't even remember them all. But yeah.
Wow, those sound like all bands that I would never listen to back in the day.
Oh, really? Those sounds like bands that my sister probably listened to, and maybe I started listening to at some point too.
Oh man, yeah. No, I think when that show came out and all those bands were around, I think that was back when I was listening to like mainly black metal and death metal. Like
what year was that?
2002,
right? So
something like that.
2002.
So it was like 2000.
No, yeah, I was in my punk phase with that.
Yeah.
I was probably listening to a lot of Linkin Park around that time period.
Yeah, you probably were.
Mm-hmm. Most people were, I bet.
Yeah, they were big.
Unless you were into Backstreet Boys and other stuff like that. Ew.
I think one of the problems with it, like why it never caught on, is why a lot of like shows that people find later and were like, oh crap, is that it was on MTV on like Saturday mornings. So it was like in this weird time spot on a channel that no one really watched at that time because the main audience was sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, I mean, it's just also a channel that wasn't known for stuff like that at that time.
Yeah.
You know, they were still mainly heavily music focused at that time.
The weird thing is it was really, I found out it was really popular in Canada because like they have like their own kind of version of Adult Swim up there and they used to play it on there all the time.
Oh, interesting. Oh. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the Adult Swim, there's Adult Swim in Canada and in Mexico and maybe a couple other countries too, but they all have their own programming, like their own blocks, and it's kind of interesting. But yeah, that makes sense, man. But what are you guys gonna? I think I asked you guys about what you guys are doing for this 4th of July weekend, right? You guys got any plans?
I don't really think so. I might cruise around and look for fireworks with my daughter tomorrow.
Nice.
She really likes fireworks, so
that's fun.
And people around here I know are gonna go nuts, even though like it's an extreme fire hazard, and we'll just hope that the city doesn't burn down. We'll see.
Oh God. Yeah, they're not doing anything official. Are they doing anything official this year? Do you know?
I don't even know. I haven't even looked.
I know last year they didn't.
Like I can walk into stores now without masks.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, me too. It's pretty wild, man.
I don't have to wear it at work, which is really weird because I started working at this job during the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
So, like, last week when we could take off their masks, like, people were like, oh, that's what you look like. And I'm like, is that so-and-so? Like, I've never seen... I started holding my thumb up, you know, like, and looking at people covering the bottom half of their faces, like, oh, hey, there you are.
So I don't recognize
you. Yeah, where I live, as soon as we could take the mask off, as soon as it was June 15th, everybody was just like, you can take it off. It's like, that's fine. Certain places like hospitals, you'll still have to if you're not vaccinated. So I can totally understand that. But most places I go into, they're like, I mean, at this point, it's not our fault that if you get sick and die. Yeah. All right, I got that. I'll take that risk.
Like that's everyone's choice. With my work, I actually had to sign a thing saying that I'm vaccinated.
Oh wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
Damn, the hell strict there.
I mean, I can kind of understand legalities and procedures and government reporting and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Also, like we're, infrastructure. So, like one of the big worries during the whole pandemic is like if it hits like an office, like it could like knock a whole office out for like 2 weeks.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my worst concern. That's why they even said like, nah, man, you got to wear a mask. It's like, come on, we have the screen guard. Like, people were trying to argue with it, and they're like, nope, you got to wear it until, like, it says otherwise.
Yeah, but
Like,
I'm
all
just
right,
glad.
I don't give a fuck either way.
We actually had
I'll wear
to
the gloves, I'll wear the mask, whatever you guys need me to do. I just need a job.
we actually had to get clearance from Cal OSHA before we could do it.
Whew. Dang. Are
I'm
you
just
working
glad.
in I wouldn't say like clerical kind of place, but do you deal with a lot of the public, like essential work?
Yes, especially since well, not this week but the week before, our designated reception person retired, so I was spending like the last week with like 4 to 2 hours of my workday like up at the reception desk. Yeah, and we are officially open, but still it's not quite up to full speed. It'll be interesting when I go back. Especially because like they interviewed people, but because we deal with juvenile records and stuff like that, they have to go through like a full background check. So it's going to be like another month and a half before we get someone in there.
Oh man. No, I get that. I get that.
But
When I first became a manager, my employee switched over to doing what she wanted to do with county and everything, and I was stuck without an employee for like 3 months. So like all
now
of the holiday season, I was stuck, and I was like, oh crap.
it's probably a little bit different because at my work I'm sitting behind like 2 inches of bullet resistant plastic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like it's totally different because I mean I'll say it right now. I deal with payday loans. People needing help with getting to the next payday. You know, I I have no problem doing that job. It's not like I'm going, I'm taking your money, bitch.
Yeah.
No, I totally get their situation. I've been there before. I've needed help. You know, I'm here to help out the best I can. You try to fuck me over, that's a different story, my friend. That is a different story. But, you know, even with my work, because we were considered essential, so they were just like, we just got to take precaution, blah, blah, blah. Started taking it and everything. And I mean, now they're, I think, yeah, we're now actually like fully open in most places. Like instead of like being certain days, certain this, it's actually like almost every day.
Yeah, I have to
Well, just
like the people I deal with are like the complete opposite of the people I dealt with at the old job. So I have a different mindset. Like if they came into my old job, I would be like, I can't talk to you. Go talk to your attorney. It's in your best interest if you just turn around and go back out the door. Whereas here, it's like, oh, you know, like I try to be polite with them, you know, like, hey, you're here. That means you're doing the right thing. I want you to keep doing stuff like this. So I just try to be open and friendly and helpful and keep them, you know, on a more straight path instead of going back to what they were doing.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds pretty nice. I mean, sounds like, I'm not saying nice in a sense, but helping the community in a sense. That's a pretty dope job, in my opinion.
I mean, I was helping the community in the other job just in a different way. So yeah, it's interesting.
Hey, Scott, have you been watching any anime lately?
Oh, you know what? I have been. I started watching Soul Eater.
Oh, really?
And like
Dude, you
now
gotta talk to Matt about that, dude.
now my daughter's obsessed with it. I think
Oh,
she's on
wow.
her 4th or 5th watching.
Oh my god.
Wait,
In
Soul
fact,
Eater?
Yeah.
Yeah, Soul Eater. She loves Soul Eater.
Isn't that the one with the girl?
I thought you liked that one, man. Didn't you try to get me to watch it?
No, no.
Maybe I'm thinking someone else in. Okay.
Possibly, because I mean, I like the premise of it. I really do. I think I just can't handle like young protagonists anymore. It's like, I'm
That's
over
like
this
every
shit.
anime.
Yeah, like
exactly, and that's why I'm like,
and that's the thing is like when you get to the end of the series, it's like these kids are stronger than death. Like, I don't get it. But there's also
that's
weird
why
things.
that's kind of why I appreciated Naruto in a sense, because there is that time progression with it. It's like,
Yes.
okay, I still don't like the fact of certain things, but okay, I will accept this.
But it's anyway. Back to the Soul Eater thing. My daughter also loves My Little Pony. Tons of My Little Pony toys. I was listening to the other day, and she was making her own Soul Eater My Little Pony crossover. To the point, because in that series they have Meister, and they're teamed up with a weapon. And she actually paired up all of her ponies to where one is a Meister, and one is a weapon. And and we asked her, and she was like, "This is this," and she had it all planned out. And what was really funny is she had Pinkie Pie as a Meister, and then Fluttershy was her weapon. And I started laughing, and my wife's like, "What?" I'm like, "That's actually pretty spot on for one of the duos in the Soul Eater. It's like Black Star and Subaku, which is like very like quiet and like submissive. But yeah, I now have I now get to listen to My Little Pony Soul Eater crossovers.
I mean,
hilarious, dude.
It's an interesting concept. You never know. She might work it into something.
Man, we got fanfic waiting to happen.
I'm just impressed of like at 6, she's already like thought it out that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is pretty nice. I mean, I do the same shit when I was in 3rd grade with Mega Man stuff, because I was
oh yeah,
I'm still a heavy Mega Man fan, but like I would do that kind of thing, create powers and stuff like that, and be like,
draw your own level on paper.
Draw my own level, draw my own boss, draw my own like Mega Man outfit, even Zero, who at that time was my favorite character of all time through everything. And then I learned of Berserk later on, and I'm like, got this.
Hey man, you get out of here. I need to jump into volume 2 of that. I finished 1.
I've finished that series. And
Same
so,
here.
unless there's one more volume that comes out.
I'm thinking about rereading it though.
It's such a good show.
For probably the 5th time.
So good, man.
I need to reread Gantz. Have you read Gantz yet, Scott?
I watched the original anime when it first came out, and like I loved it because it was just so different. And I still to this day want a Gantz like pug like MMO type game where it just throws you in a lobby and you just get this random stuff
be
and
awesome.
a random mission.
Oh dang! And you can compete against different teams.
And that's not even that. I mean, you could run into them, and that could be an option because they later revealed that in one of the later episodes. But like you just kind of play until you die, you know. And maybe other people will be helpful. Maybe they'll just do their own thing. Maybe they'll try and screw you over.
I mean, that's a really good concept. You know,
here's the other thing,
not even like a story mode. I mean, you could create a story mode for it, but I mean, dang.
And then if you can't fill your lobby, and you get a bot, you get the dog.
Either the dog or just somebody who's a dick or useless. One of those 3 extremes.
I laughed so hard when they put the suit on the dog. I was like, yes.
Okay, that is one thing. Oh man.
Are you guys done talking about Gantz yet?
Honestly.
Are
you guys done talking about Gantz yet?
Yes. I think so, yeah.
I muted it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like,
he's in the middle of. How far are you now into it? Have you read further than
volume? Because I'm reading the omnibus version, so I'm on omnibus number 3 right now.
I actually haven't read the manga.
It's really good.
I might have to.
It is. It's so much better than the anime, in my opinion. Because I've read the manga and then I watched it, and I want to watch the CGI, but
It's
I
on
haven't watched it
Netflix.
yet.
I think
I know.
it was.
I think it's still on there because I think it's like a Netflix original or something like that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a good the art's really good in the manga.
Oh yeah,
Which is cool.
Is it still like crazy, insane, violent, and all that other stuff?
Oh yeah.
yes, and it goes further than what the anime shows off. I think.
Oh
It's
yeah,
pretty
and
violent.
they were pushing the envelope in Japan with that stuff. I think like they finally were like, no, we can't show this.
That's hilarious.
They kind of did the same thing with Claymore too. Honestly,
But Claymore's more tea, though, isn't it?
good. Well, not necessarily. It's just that it's kind of like more open to like it's a girl cast, you know. So it's like,
but it's like, but I do feel like it's more of like it's closer to shonen per se than a seinen maybe.
I would say it's a nice blend of both.
Okay.
In my opinion, the way that the characters act and the way that everything progresses is very shonen-like, but it's very seinen on how it's shown. You know, they don't walk away from the whole it being a mature comic. You know, where it's intended for mature people.
But it's not Berserk, is what I'm getting at. It's no Berserk. It's no Gans.
I mean, it can get there with on how some of the things progress. Yes, but do I put it on the same level as those? No, I would put it as more of like a mature rated Naruto, One Piece.
I just don't think it's mature rated, man. Because I think even Viz rates it as like a T rating.
It does get kind of mature because like the gore and everything. Like America would consider it mature for sure.
This is a
for sure.
This is a manga.
Yeah.
And it had a small anime series too, because they even deviated from the original story. But I mean, it's a good story. It's a good ass story. Like I honestly kind of think this is possibly where even a little bit of Attack on Titan was influenced, but I can't say for sure.
But yeah, it's a classic.
On the Viz app, so I might have to jump into that one.
I think it's only like 300 chapters. You could probably finish it in a day or two if you really read it, you know.
It said it had 155.
150. Oh shit! Maybe I'm thinking of Gantz.
It's got 15 volumes. It looks like
27 volumes, 155 chapters for Claymore.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was thinking of Gantz. Maybe I was.
But that's still not super long.
Mm-mm.
That's like Demon Slayer long. Like Bleach. Bleach is one of the longer ones. I mean, it's no One Piece, but that's 74 volumes and 698 chapters.
In Demon Slayer?
No, Bleach. Demon Slayer is something like around
23.
No, it's chapters.
No, not chapters. Volumes.
What's Bleach at?
Talking about volumes.
768, 74 volumes.
Okay.
Yeah.
74 is a lot.
Demon Slayer is 206 chapters and 22 volumes. So, yeah, that's not bad. I cannot.
That's actually a really short series. I'm actually surprised how short Demon Slayers ended up being.
But that's one of the things I loved about it.
I'm sure. No, I agree. I just think I was surprised by that. I didn't think that's what they were going to be. Like, oh, okay. I thought this was going to be like a next One Piece, Naruto, but no, they're like, we got a story to tell, and we're going to tell it till it's over, and no more.
I do like that, though. You know, yeah. I do like finite stories. I like a story that's not going to sit there and carry on and carry on and carry on. Like, I watched a lot of fucking Detective Conan. You know, I probably watched over 500 episodes of that. I used to say 1,000, but no, I know I skipped a bunch of those episodes just to see how far it goes along and see if there's any progression. As far as I can tell, there was no fucking progression. Maybe a little here and there, but like, I was like, nah, dude, I ain't watching this. Fuck this.
It's why I can't get into One Piece. Like, bless you if you love that series. That's for you. Like, I can't do it.
Same here.
I tried, man.
Like, yeah, I can't do it, man. I couldn't do it. I watched all of Naruto Shippuden. I've tried going back to watch Naruto. I can't do it. Nope. Same thing with Bleach. Not gonna do it. I'm not gonna watch all those fillers and stuff, even if they may have meaning. I'm not gonna watch it.
Read the manga. The manga doesn't have any filler. It's really good.
There's so many. There's over 1,000 chapters.
700 something, but it's not.
I
terrible.
thought it was close to 1,000. Or is that episodes?
Maybe episodes.
Maybe it's episodes. Yeah, I'm thinking.
No, I think episodes. It's still around 700. It's pretty fucking high up there. I know that. I know Detective Conan's over 1,000.
698 chapters.
Because I remember like a couple years ago they were like it's almost close to 1,000. Yeah, it says we're almost at 1,000 chapters, and that was last year.
Which one was that one?
One Piece.
Oh, One Piece? Hold on, I can tell you. It's ridiculous.
Oh, were you not talking about One Piece? Oh.
Yeah, One Piece is 1,017 chapters and 96 volumes.
I thought it was over 1,000. Yeah.
And it's still going. They're not done.
I mean, this guy might just be going for the longest book ever written, you know.
Pretty much.
Here's my thing is he's spending a lot of time getting to a point, and what else could he have been making with all this time?
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents.
Well, my whole thing is that my fear is with One Piece, honestly, is the guy's building up to this one thing, you know, and this climax, and I kind of feel that there's going to be more hype than there will be deserved. Even though, I mean, so far it's great. You know, a lot of people say it's one of the best fucking things in the world. That's totally fine. But I don't know. It might just have one of those like lull endings, and you're just like, God fucking damn it. Why did I go through this whole thing for that? You know, like me and Michael were just talking a little bit earlier with Berserk, you know. For me, I kind of feel where it's gone, where it's done now, the latest chapter,
Careful, he's not
where
ready,
it's at,
remember.
Is good for an end since he's gone and if they don't continue it. I perfectly think that is a good end. I fear they will fuck it up if they continue it.
But I can see that, man. Yeah, maybe just end it with him.
That's what I'm saying. It would be the best end for it, you know.
I need to get to that point.
Yes, you do.
Oh, you will, my friend. You will.
I don't really want to spoil anything if you're somebody who doesn't like spoilers or spoilers. It's so worth it.
Yeah, it really is, man. It's gonna be a wild ride, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just got to find the time to read.
Hey, man,
yeah, very understandable.
I have like so many books. I'm like, yeah, I got so many books to read at this point. I'm like, oh god.
I got so much stuff to watch too, and so much to read and look at, and it's like, oh god, there's so much little time. Jesus Christ, dude.
I think I might finish Volume 2 tonight, and I might check out that Claymore. Get that fired up on my iPad.
That's good. Check it out, see if you like it.
Well,
I think we should start wrapping up here. What are you guys going to be doing for the rest of the day?
I think I just said what I was going to be doing.
Yeah, very true, very true. For myself, well, I wanted to continue doing art, or finish off that piece that I'm working on, but my tablet's about to die, so I had to plug that into charge. So I'm probably going to relax for a bit and then start doing that again, and then work on some Project R later on tonight.
That's nice, man. Yeah, we might do. I think tomorrow or no Monday we're planning to do some more. We're actually doing a Project R day.
Yep, because that's one of my. I actually have that day off for once. 3 days off in a row, thank God.
And that's 10% off right now in the Wikid store.
Yeah, really. We should definitely give out
use the code of Wrath.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, exactly. Use that Wikid code Wrath at checkout, and you get 10% off store wide. I'll put that in the chat there one more time. And of course, if you don't know, I guess I should put out the. Not everyone might have the link to the web store. So
This is also
that is true.
On our website, you mentioned it's in digital. It's in for 99 cents right now. And I think the discount code applies for the digital as well. So I don't even know what's 10% off of 99 cents.
Probably like 9-8 cents. So
okay, so I get a little bit off there.
It would be like 88, 89.
You get a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's better, of course, if you buy more. Yeah.
Yeah, if you buy more, then you get 10% off the whole order.
Exactly, which makes it more worthwhile. So it's incentive. It's a nice incentive there. And of course, like I said, just use that code Wrath, and you can check all the cool stuff that we have. We have also have merchandise. We have shirts and mugs and other fun stuff, posters and prints. Excuse me. So yeah,
with new designs and things coming along soon.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I was looking at the popularity sorter on the web.
Oh, that's fine. I never looked at that before.
And I'm wondering how that works.
Really?
I've looked at it, and right now, physical, like, of course, Jack Irons is number 1. But Wrath is number 3.
Damn, man. Hey.
Well, that just shows your hard work's paying off, and a lot of people are liking your, honestly, unique story.
And then in digital, Jack Irons is number 1, but it's actually number 2, which is number 1. And then Wrath is actually number 2 in digital. And then we've got Jack Irons number 1. So
damn, that's cool.
I was actually like surprised. So thank you for everyone that's out there picking up Wrath. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy making it, and I'm gonna keep going.
Oh yeah, dude, that's really cool. I like that. That's very nice, and it's really cool to see those people responding like that. And you're one of our most popular titles, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's gotta be you gotta be feel good right there.
It does actually. I'm making some progress. Now I just have to hold the position because there's a lot of good comments coming in.
Right. Yes, it'll be lots of competition.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. It was a lot of fun and great to chat with you guys and catch up. Where can people find all your stuff on the internet so they can, make sure to keep up on all that good stuff?
You've linked the store where you can pick up, as of today, Chapter 2 and Chapter 1, physical and digitals for Wrath. If you wanted to read the first chapter for free, globalcomics.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Kishkumen, KYSHKUMEN. And I think I have an Instagram, Wrath Graphic Novel. That's what it is. And that's where you can follow me. And, every now and then I might be posting stuff and, concepts, covers for Chapter 3 as we start gearing up to launch that crowdfunder.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, do you have any kind of, have you announced yet publicly when you're thinking about doing that, when you're launching?
I think it's more of when it's done.
Okay.
Or close to it. We'll start hyping it up and doing all that stuff. That way we can just kind of have a seamless transition right into it, and hopefully we just knock it out of the park this time.
Very nice.
Get those books out as quickly as we can.
Hopefully it'll be with that, given that should be your fastest turnaround, I would think, that we've seen yet.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing is my first one was Chapter 1, and I'm just trying to keep it rolling and improve every single time.
Very nice. Yeah, I think that's all that people can really ask for and hope for, and if you're doing that, I think you're on the right track there. So that's great. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. And Matt, where can people follow you?
Of course, me and you share.
What's that?
Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
It was like earlier when he thought he was talking the whole time, and
Yeah,
somebody wasn't talking.
Sorry. I keep forgetting that I can't do multiple things at once with this phone. But of course, people can always follow me and you at the Wikid Publishing Twitter, but at the same time, mine is I want to say it's MB underscore Zulos. It's Matt B underscore Zulos, SULOS.
I had to double check it there for a second.
Yeah, because I have a few different ones for different
That's
places,
true, yeah.
and it's like I'm not really active on some of the other ones, so I just do the Twitter one for right now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And of course, as he mentioned, Wikid Publishing Twitter, and you can follow me at Nubguy, NUBGUY on Twitter. And if you're watching, give us a like or subscribe if you haven't already. We definitely appreciate all that good stuff, and it really helps grow our viewership and continue to expand. And we want to keep continuing to expand into new territory. So keep following us to see all the new videos that we come out here in the next few months and beyond that. And we'll be back here in another 2 weeks for another episode. And we'll see you all then. And keep it wicked, guys. We'll see you next time.